bites.
I mean, it's R-rated.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I love it. It's in my top 10. It is. Because, I mean, it's not the best.
No, it's definitely not the best.
But it goes in my favorite.
Quality isn't, like, all the way up there, but
I keep
it's
talking
still very
about it.
good.
How many movies do you think I forget about?
A lot.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Have I forgot about Crawl?
No.
That means it must be in my list.
This is how I feel about Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. All right, so how about this? Let's take a break. We're halfway through. When we get back, we'll discuss more random awards. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I'm going to flip the script here, Megan. I'm going first. I'm starting us off. How do you feel about that? Betrayed?
A little offended.
Angry? You get to close us out, though. You get to close out 2019.
Guess that's marriage.
Hey, compromises, right? That's a couple that democratically deals with their random awards stay together.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. I think this shows proof of how strong our marriage is, that I can hijack the awards. What do you think?
Well, I didn't really have a choice, but I can deal with it nicely.
All right. You're going to love this, though. Best Whiskey Sour Awards. This is the hardest I've laughed all year. So there's a scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where Leonardo DiCaprio, a good actor, a veteran actor, is on a TV show.
And he's great in this.
Timothy Oliphant's TV show in this.
Gosh.
And there's a moment where DiCaprio kind of flubs his lines. And he ends up totally redeeming himself. He improvises. He works with the actress. He was a real pro in the second half. But he goes to his trailer after he flubs some lines, and he just starts yelling at himself. He's like, 8 whiskey sours? He's like, why don't you do 3? Why don't you do 4? 8? I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, he's ranting about how he should kill himself, and he's alcoholic, and just all these terrible things.
I just love 8 whiskey sours. He's like, I should have done 4.
It goes on for a long time.
I just 8, and then he gets hammered on margaritas later.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just love the scene. I think it's so funny. And then he comes out and nails it, which I think speaks to DiCaprio and his character. But I just love him yelling at himself. 8 whiskey sours? Sounds like he does it a lot. But yeah, he knocked back, maybe nerves, but he knew all his lines.
I like how he goes, he's all depressed, and he goes and sits next to the little girl, and he gets to know her, and then they nail the scene together.
Yeah, they crushed
Even though he's basically threatening to kill her.
And then he dropped her on the ground. She's like, sometimes I just fall for practice. That was a weird scene. And Kurt Russell, we get to meet him before that. Oh, do we meet him in that scene? No.
I can't, no.
Kurt Russell's good in it, though.
No, he's when they're trying to get Cliff on set.
Got it. I just love hearing DiCaprio yell at himself about drinking 8 whiskey sours. Tarantino's good.
Oh, very good.
He's pretty good. All right, what's your next? What you got?
Okay, so Best Led Zeppelin Song award goes to Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes.
It's not actually a Led Zeppelin song. So they're on I don't know the name of the latest jet.
Super ship.
There you go.
I mean,
Happy's flying it. Peter Parker's trying to make a new suit for himself in some awesome 3D printer where he gets to select things. And they start playing the AC/DC Back to Black song that's been in
all the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, all of the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man movies. And Spider-Man calls out that
I love
Led Zeppelin.
He gets... Yeah. What about that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back?
Aww.
That's a funny moment, though. Tom Holland's so good.
He is so good.
I mean, to be fair, the fact that he knows what Led Zeppelin is, and he's in high school now, it's impressive.
Who went on that rant recently that...
Led Zeppelin's not good?
No, about Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, and you have to have...
Oh, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, you can get rid of Thor, who cares? Hulk, who cares? You can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Tom Holland.
Well, and he's just so nice, and he had those really heartfelt moments in the Avengers ending movies.
Robert Downey Jr. didn't have to come back for some films, but he loved the little guy so much that he came back.
Because he just seems so nice, and he's funny. His timing is great. He actually appears youthful, as opposed to some Spider-Men.
I think my favorite couple of 2019 is him and Zendaya. They're so awkward together.
Oh my gosh, I love them because she's a murderina and she's a nerd. She's not just some pretty big-haired floozy.
Big-haired space floozy? I sunk into my seat during their little awkward moments.
Oh my gosh, they were so cute though.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And then he ditches that thing for her. But no, I think that's funny though. So not only are you playing, you're giving some credit back to the old Iron Man movies and bringing thoughts back of Robert Downey Jr., but then he makes a joke. And you're back having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they were on a poppy field blowing it up, weren't they? That poor poppy field.
Yeah, they were They were all over Europe in that one.
All right, I got a good one here. Best dental work. And that the Best Dental Work Award goes to Kane Burgess, a.k.a. Scotty Adkins, a.k.a. Scotty Ats, and Avengement. So in this movie, Scotty Adkins is a low level.
Wait, but you have to describe first what kind of connoisseur of Scott Adkins film you are.
I'm a huge... All right, so John Levengood initially introduced me to Scotty Ats. I had watched the movies, but eventually I got a lot more into him because of Levengood. But now whenever I go to your parents' house, or your father, my father-in-law, we watch Scott Adkins movies. And they're weird because a lot of them end up with him dying for some stupid reason.
Or he's imprisoned, or he's just doing something bad.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, every movie ends horrible. But this one, I just love because...
Well, there's going to be another accident, man.
I can't wait for that. He plays some bloke, right? It's basically like Snatch, with a lot of geezers in this movie. But he goes to jail, and his brother wants to keep him there, so he keeps getting into big fights. So his face gets... he gets, prison napalm.
Yeah, that was awful.
He gets
I still
stabbed.
think about that randomly.
That was bad. But one time his teeth get kicked in. And he just gets metal teeth.
On a staircase.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he gets metal teeth instead. So for the rest of it, you got really nice... He's a clean-cut dude.
But they offered him real teeth.
Yeah, and he's like, he would rather have those. But you see the real pictures of him, he's a very clean-cut man. But in this one, he looks like a proper prison geezer.
He was a nice henchman in Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. And he was a nice... Well, he's kind of a jerky guy in American Assassin. He gets killed. Whenever he's in big movies, he gets killed. Then he's in little movies and he gets killed.
Now he has his own movie.
Avengement. And it's good. It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. And we're not giving anything away. Just know that he has...
It is a very long brawl in a bar.
He looks good with metal teeth. You don't feel like
he looks tough.
Some people put metal teeth in and you're kind of like, yeah, he's trying. Scotty Adkins, I wouldn't mess with this guy. Why do people keep messing with Scott Adkins?
That's a good question. It doesn't work out well for
you gotta
most
stop.
people.
You need to calm down. Say, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Scott, he's the best, isn't he?
I mean, I do love a Scott Adkins movie.
Scotty Ats. You called him Scotty Ats the other day. It was the proudest moment of my life. All right, what do you got next?
Ridiculous. Okay. The most versatile wedding dress award goes to Ready or Not. So in this movie, you've got a bride being tortured by her new family. And our bride is Samara Weaving, who is fabulous in The Babysitter.
So good.
And now she's got her own movie, not on Netflix, but on the big screen.
88% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it did very well. It's very fun. I mean, gory and just sort of brutal, but we loved Orphan Black, and Christian Brun is in it, just being kind of a
sassy
numbskull.
Yeah.
Useless guy. Like, he has to YouTube everything. And she's got her wedding dress, and they actually made it in 5 parts. It was composed of a lace shirt, a corset, a sash, a lining, and an overskirt so that they could mess with the pieces as they needed to throughout the film. And it's very versatile. She uses it for different things. She uses some of the lace to choke people and to bind her hand when she gets a nail through it. Ugh.
Oh, it's gross.
She rips off the bottom so that she can run, and she actually replaces her wedding shoes with Converses. What else? They said that it was very conscious decision to go with a lace top because lace picks up gore and blood really well.
Ooh. And she was also kind of dressed like Grace Kelly and
the whole class. So they
Kate
wanted
Middleton.
to imitate women who went from a lower class into an upper class like she does in the movie.
They had 27 of them, right?
But then she sheds caring about that class system when she kicks off her wedding shoes, tears her wedding dress, and puts on sneakers.
Favorite ending of 2019?
Yes.
I wish we could tell. It would wreck it. You can't tell. It's so good.
No, don't talk about it. But the whole movie is fun. I mean, it's a game of hide and seek in order to kill the bride.
We laughed a lot.
And the whole family is in on it, and they're just nuts.
And remember that couple that was in front of us when they were leaving? They're like, that was really cute.
Yeah.
People stayed quiet in that movie. No one really was loud. People just enjoyed it. We laughed.
I don't remember. You're more sensitive to those things than I am.
We laughed a lot. The worst experience of this year was in Ad Astra. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But that Samara Weaving's so good. I wish she would have been Harley Quinn. She'd have been sweet. Yeah, they did 27 dresses for this. So you're on set and you have just each day you know exactly what dress you have to wear.
Mm-hmm.
And from a production design standpoint of wardrobe, I just think that's so cool.
Well, and they could mess with it however they needed to each day because they had so many.
They filmed in this house where that they actually filmed on location. They didn't build sets. They didn't really have the money for it. And they were filming in a mansion, but they couldn't get blood on the floor. So that was one of their biggest obstacles. Like, how do we blood people, I don't want to say it, blood people, cut people, and not have blood spray on expensive wooden floors?
Oof.
So that was one of the toughest things for them. But it was cool. I thought the production designer, the wardrobe designer, I mean, it's cool. It's a good dress. Practical.
Yeah, I saw one article liken the dress to the full arc that Bruce Willis's tank top has in Die Hard.
Really?
Yeah,
that's so cool.
The full evolution of her dress.
Oh, love that. You got to watch it. That's one of my favorites as well. All right, so next one is a real odd little flick. And I knew it was going to be an odd little flick because Jim Jarmusch directed it. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be The Best Coffee Zombies. And they were played by Iggy Pop and Sarah Driver. So The Dead Don't Die stars Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Chloe Sevigny, Can't Keep My Hands on Myself, Selena Gomez.
Tilda Swinton.
That little guy from 3 Billboards.
Oh, yeah.
And War on Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Glover.
Yes.
Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
And so, all right.
It's so...
droll?
Odd, but really like, I wouldn't call it laugh out loud funny.
No.
I did not sit there and laugh at the whole movie. I watched it on a plane. But it is charming.
Yeah.
It's got something about it. I can't describe it. It's just kind of quirky and charming.
Jarmuschian. So he did Only Lovers Left Alive with Tom Hiddleston, Anton Yelchin, and Tilda. They're vampires just lounging a lot. He did a movie called Broken Flowers, Coffee and Cigarettes, which leads us to our coffee zombies. Yes. But then he also has done a movie that I love called, oh gosh, the one where Adam Driver's a bus driver.
Oh, Ferguson?
Patterson.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And he's just so good in that. But this movie, I loved watching Adam Driver and Bill Murray bicker. Very low stakes bickering, would you say?
Oh, for sure. It's just very conversational. It's just they keep going, like they're talking through things, and
but occasionally we see Iggy Pop and Sarah Driver wandering around.
Yeah, they go into the diner and the coffee pot I think it's broken, and they're just going coffee.
And then later on we see him yelling.
And then they
coffee.
kill some people, and then they want coffee.
And then we see him later in a field saying coffee.
Coffee zombies.
They're great. I love coffees. I love zombies and I love coffee. Coffee zombies.
This movie has its own song.
Oh, yeah.
The Dead Don't Die.
They play a lot.
They play it throughout the movie. They play it all through the credits in the beginning and at the end and throughout the movie.
Imagine this. Coffee, zombie, sharks.
Huh.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, but they can't say coffee.
They could talk. No?
I'm not buying it.
All right. Well, these zombies could talk.
I like zombie sharks and I like coffee zombies.
What about coffee zombies riding zombie sharks?
Yeah, that works.
Ooh. What about you put...
Stronger.
Just think about this. There's a coffee pot in the middle of a thing of water. You dump about 40 coffee zombies in there with zombie sharks. And the zombie sharks eat the coffee zombies until one of the zombies can get to the coffee. Sport.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, who sets that up? Bored billionaire?
The kids from Daybreak.
Oh yeah, they would do that.
They would.
That's a fun little show. All right, what do you got next?
Oh, what do I have next? Let's go with... Where Are You Hiding That Footage award for the documentary Apollo 11. We missed it very upsettingly in IMAX. But we caught it when it was on TV. And gosh, such a good documentary. I mean, we've seen... What was the movie with Ryan Gosling? First Man?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's got some good actors, but this is just unreal because it's not people acting out some drama and trying to make you feel something. It's real effing history.
And there's no narration over it. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it's
footage.
Just this crazy footage, which where the hell did they get this back then? Where were these cameras? What is happening?
They made cameras good enough to last the entire trip and land on the moon.
But even the ones that are down near the burners on the launch pad, where the heck did this stuff come from?
NASA.
So good.
So good. And it's been sitting around, 70mm footage has been sitting around unused in archives.
It's incredible. This just piece of history so well preserved and just so beautiful, and space exploration. It's just neat. There's plenty of interviews about out there for this, but imagine finding this footage and having the time to edit it. I'd do it. Oh yeah.
So
for sure.
Just the way that everything's portrayed, and then there's no narration. It's a beautifully shot. It's my favorite thing of 2019. And it's not dry. Like some documentaries can be dry. It's thrilling. I think it's closer to Planet Earth than it is to a typical documentary. Yeah.
It's very engrossing the whole time. You know exactly what happens, and yet you're still glued to it to see what the next shot is.
Well,